Okay.
Hello there, Gia. Cut it out.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh, she's all peppy today. I don't know why. I don't
I did
understand it.
a
I
I
don't
did
trust
a
it.
I did a fast day yesterday, but I broke
Oh, did
it.
you eat today? Oh,
I
you broke
broke
the
it
fast
twice.
yesterday?
And do you know what I ate for the two times that I nibbled on something?
I have no idea.
Whipped cream.
I don't know if you nibble on whipped cream, do you? You just sort of suck it down.
I was like, well,
Can
that's not
you can
so
you paint
bad.
a picture for us? So why
Well,
did you have access to whipped cream? Or were you
uh,
and the husband trying something?
no, I was just trying to like correct after my Valentine's feast, and I was like, well, I'm not really hungry. Let's just see how long I can go without
Uh-huh.
eating.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But I had to have a whipped cream snack, and then I made it. Yeah, and then I ate today, so yeah, that's probably why I'm all jazzed up because my body's like, hooray! This woman is insane.
I'm still not sure why whipped cream was the thing that you had. Like, what
It just seemed like innocent and light, and like I wouldn't.
did you have to go buy it?
No, I made it out of cream. I
Oh,
just
oh,
whipped it.
okay.
I just
Alright,
whipped
so it was
it.
real cream. Mhm.
Yeah,
Delicious.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Didn't seem so
I
bad. I don't know.
I I don't know what to say exactly, but,
There's nothing to be said. There's nothing to be said. I'm just explaining my weird, like,
mhm.
mood, I think. It's all
Okay, okay.
due
Yeah.
to friggin' with my eating cycle.
Right. Okay. And speaking of Valentine's Day, I think everybody, America, the world, and Portugal would all like to know how your Korean restaurant experience went.
Okay, it was pretty cool. And don't worry, people, we'll eventually talk about General Hospital.
We can't
But yeah,
guarantee that.
well, we can't guarantee, but I think we will. So we went and had lunch at a place called Nine Spices Hot Pot and Korean Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did the hot pot and the old man did the Korean barbecue.
That makes
And
sense.
yeah, so what this meant was that I got a pot of broth, like you could pick out like 10 or 12 different broths. And I got what did I do? I did the Thai broth, which was a little bit spicy.
Okay.
And it did have some vegetables in it already. And then I ordered like I could either order what I wanted to put into it or to get it off the conveyor belt that's going
Uh,
around all the tables the whole time with little
So,
bowls of
hmm.
things that you could put in.
So give me the pros and cons of each way. Like if you had it brought to the table versus using the conveyor belt.
Uh, just that I'd get it right off the bat rather than having to wait for like we just got in there and she said, "I'll bring you these shrimp because they may not come by on the conveyor belt for a few minutes." Because they were just getting set up, we were like the early
Uh-huh.
birds. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But so like all manner of mushrooms were going by, so that was cool, like
Mhm.
little tree
Uh-huh.
funguses and
Uh-huh.
all kinds of and little baby bok choys and
Mm.
tofu and whatever, and I
Huh.
could have
Uh-huh.
ordered any meat if I wanted to put meat into it too, but I just had
Yeah.
I had shrimp and regrettably I ordered fish balls, which those those were gross.
Really? That surprises me.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, so you just keep putting stuff and the table has this heated thing. I was like, "Well, how will I
Mhm.
be cooking?" And she's like, "Right here." And I was like, "Where?" And so then I look, there's this little ring, like it's still a flat
Uh-huh.
surface, but there's a
Uh-huh.
little
Yeah.
and then she turns on this little thing. So this little pot is boiling in front of you and you're chucking
Uh-huh.
stuff into it over and over. Noodles, so I put noodles and then
Uh-huh.
like I ate all the noodles and then I'm like, "Oh, let's put more noodles in." They go by on the conveyor belt and you chuck them in your pot.
Wow. So that's
Yeah.
like an all you can eat kind of buffet, sort of?
Yes, all you can eat. Yeah, and then they had like a sauce bar with all the funky,
Huh.
sauces and
Uh-huh.
cilantro and whatever.
Uh-huh.
And
Wow.
then there was also like a little sort of griddle thing,
Mhm.
like inset into the table, and that's what the old
Mhm.
man was doing. So he ordered a couple of different meats. I don't know what he got, like chicken
Mhm.
teriyaki and beef
Mhm.
something or other. And
Mhm.
she comes out and she puts them on there. I think he got dumplings, and she puts them all on there, and then he finishes cooking it however he wants.
Huh.
And and then he was grabbing stuff off of the conveyor belt too. I don't know if he was supposed
Uh,
to, but we were
wow.
very confused.
Uh-huh.
And we had sake, or I had sake. It was 2 for 1 sake, and I was so full, like I was like, I can't have the second. It was like a
Uh-huh.
little.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
so anyway, it was fun. And what else did he had rice, and so you could kind of
Mhm.
you could do both, but like we just each
Mhm.
did one thing to see what was what.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And
Hmm.
so it was good. It was quite, and they had dessert. They had like little cream puff things on the conveyor belt.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hmm.
It's kind of dark leather seats, and
Mhm.
you
Okay.
know, so
Would you
pretty
it
fun.
sounds like
I
you
don't know.
would go back, it sounds like, right?
I'd probably go back. It was a little pricier than I would want to do too frequently,
Uh-huh.
like for
Okay.
because we're cheap. So like a $30
Mhm.
meal is sort of pricey for
Yeah.
me.
Okay. For the combined was $30?
No, like a piece.
Oh,
Like
e
mine was
okay.
28 and his was
Yeah.
30 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that would be expensive for me too.
Yeah, so I mean, you could sit
Mhm.
there. I mean, that was all we ate all day because it was
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
much. But
Okay.
anyway, that was our big adventure,
Okay. Well,
and
good job.
it was pretty
Alright.
cool. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
think you could I mean, they had total I mean, the amount of vegetables was, like,
Mhm.
overwhelming. You could definitely
Mhm.
do a vegan kinda thing there, I think.
Uh-huh. Okay. Alright.
But you could
Maybe
also get
someday.
things like, pig's blood broth or I mean, there were all kinds of and I think you could have gotten chicken feet. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
'cause
You
it
had
ran
me
the
for a second.
well, I mean, I'm just saying you could go any direction, like
Yeah.
total meat or total not
Uh-huh.
meat, it was
Uh-huh. Right.
I
Okay.
landed somewhere in between with my fish balls, but
Yeah, I'm glad you had a chance to bring that up again.
they were gross. I mean, they weren't literally the balls off fish, they were little round,
Imagine if fish had little testicles. That'd be cute, wouldn't it?
but they were pretty gross. I don't know what I was thinking, but
Oh, dear. Okay. Well,
yeah,
thank you for the
anyway.
report, Gia.
So
Okay,
that's
thank
my
you.
my report on my Valentine's Day. I hope everybody else had a good one, and,
Yeah, I hope so too.
it's
Uh,
Valentine's Day on General Hospital now, so
yeah,
that's the
I was so
segue.
thrown by that. I was like, "Wasn't that, like, weeks ago?" I
It
sorta
was yeah, it was
put it
just
in the
Friday.
rearview mirror, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
just Friday, that's true. So yeah, we had Friday and today, and, let's see. I don't know if I mean, I guess what was maybe interesting to me, was this continued sort of evolution of Sonny as the philosopher, the introspective
Yeah. Yeah, he
man.
should have gotten a heart issue a long time ago. It sort of
Yeah,
brings
yeah,
out a better side of him or something.
yeah. I don't know if it's gonna rub off on Christina. What do you think about that?
Not so far. She's seeming like a little bit of a psycho.
She is exactly that's what I was thinking. Wow, she's turned into a psychopath.
Yeah, she might
Uh,
be the next Cyrus or something. She's
yeah, it seems like she feels like she's gotta take what should have been, like, Sonny's hatred for Ava and
yeah.
added it to her own, you know?
Yeah. And I'm so sort of invested in their sweet father-daughter relationship and how supportive
Mhm,
they are of each other and how kind of like
mhm.
all in they are with each other that I found it a little
Yeah,
painful that they were having a
yeah.
disagreement, like a difference in their world vision like that. It was a little bit painful. I was like,
It
"Oh,
was, yeah, and he was still so gentle about it, you know? Like, not trying to, like,
yeah,
shake her out of her little sort of vendetta, you know? But
yeah." He was good, but I could see that she was sort of getting even flintier, and
yeah. Which is
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what is that just grief you think, or is there something, like, else going on? Because she should be sympathetic to Avery at least, right? Whether or not she likes Ava.
yeah. Well, they're it's like they're making her into the vision that Molly
Yeah.
has of her a little bit. That, like, she's
Yeah,
so
right,
getting more
right.
self-involved and
Mhm.
able
Yeah.
to put herself in somebody else's shoes like Avery's.
Yeah, and potentially making bad, reckless decisions, you know? So,
Yeah,
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 I was
they're
thinking
gonna have
that
to,
too, that she is sort of starting to fit that
yeah,
description.
live up to that bad
Yeah.
reputation. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
which is. just how the writers are writing her, unfortunately. But
Right. Yeah. What did you think about the Molly, Cody rooftop fiasco?
uh, went on a bit too long.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
it had a few sort of humanizing moments.
Yeah.
Um, I thought, when she
Mhm.
admitted what the papers were,
Mhm.
I thought that was kind of, I thought he was um, comforting in what he said. And then, of course, she gets all like up in her snooty
Yeah.
pants,
Yeah.
manner
Right.
again, which is so, they've made her very off-putting at times. Um,
Yeah, 'cause that reaction seemed like a stretch to me. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. And I'll
Like,
tell you what I thought was the stupidest thing about that scene.
yeah.
So he takes his pants off and throws them
Mhm.
down, and
Mhm.
Isaiah's line, I think that's a cry for help. That's what you think when a pair of jeans rains down on your head. Like, that's the first.
I know, I was thinking that too. I was thinking, would anybody think that? Is he really that
Yeah, I mean, it was just,
sm
it seemed idiotic to me. I mean,
Yeah, I
you would look
know.
up, of course, that makes
You would
sense,
look
but
up. Yeah, I it seemed like it yeah, they should have thought, "Oh, somebody's getting something up there," and then
yeah,
looked up,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, but
Yeah, I
so
know
yeah,
that was silly, very ridiculous.
it was pretty stupid.
Yeah, why do they do that? You know, why do they do that to us?
I don't know. They hate us? I'm not
They
sure.
hate us. Why do they hate us?
I don't know. A lot of people probably do.
Probably. Whoops.
I don't know. What did you like that scene? What was your take on it?
Well, I thought Cody did his best to be kind and likable, and Molly did soften for a bit here and there, and I started to feel like she wasn't so bad, you know. But yeah, like you said, she sometimes she does sort of develop that little sort of, I don't know,
Yeah, that little
combative or
snotty pants.
judgy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I like the
that's
idea of softening like butter that you've set out for a while.
yes, exactly.
Like like butter, like butter. Did you
Yeah.
I'm gonna get us off topic again for a minute,
Oh,
but
dear. Uh-huh.
did you watch the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live
I
show last night?
didn't. I did not, Gia, although I the one thing
Okay.
I wanna watch is the, Will Ferrell, the music when they did the Kendrick Lamar, that sounds hilarious to me.
Uh,
Not Like
wait.
Us. Did you see that? The skit, him and Will Ferrell and Anna Gasteyer, they did their singing duo?
Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, 'cause I watched the whole thing. It was 3 hours or something, but,
Yeah.
yeah, it had some funny moments. It was just a lot of nostalgia, 'cause we grew up
Uh-huh.
with that show.
I know we did, and for the most part, I thought it wasn't ever that funny.
Oh, really?
I mean, there were definitely years, and I think a lot of the earlier years were
The
funnier.
earlier years were just, like, stoner funny. I mean, they were political
Yeah,
too, but a
yeah,
lot of it was just silly absurdities.
yeah, but then they seemed to like, the cast
Uh,
grew and grew and grew, and it seemed like the bigger the cast, the less funny the whole thing was.
yeah, maybe, yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I can't stay up that late anymore, but,
Yeah, but anyway,
anyway, there were some nice moments on it. There
okay.
was a lovely opening. I don't know who the girl was, a pretty blonde girl that sang, with Paul Simon for the opening.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
sang, that song "Home." She's
Yeah.
somebody that everybody else would know. You would know because you know Coldplay, so you would know.
Heard him on the radio today. I thought, "Take that, Gia. There they are on the radio." But of course you weren't around, so I just
Yeah,
said it to myself.
I said it out loud. Yeah, so there. Well, anyway, what made me think of it was when they had who is it? Mike Myers that did the like butter, talk amongst
Mm, uh-huh,
yourselves. And
uh-huh.
I can't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
of that
yeah,
character's
yeah.
name, but anyway.
Uh-huh, yeah.
So yeah, Molly needs to soften like butter
Yeah,
sometime.
I think so. I don't know if she will, but maybe she can.
We haven't seen TJ in a million years. Is he
We have
is he
not
in
seen
the opening
TJ.
credits? Do they put
Haven't seen
everybody
him
on the
lately.
opening credits?
I don't
Hmm.
think they do, and I think, like, at some point, maybe they did start to put the pictures of the people who were on that episode in the opening credits, but I don't think that's always been the case. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, but I wanted to ask you before I forget, what did you think about the conversation between Alexis and Jason when she went to the police
Well,
station and acted like his lawyer?
well,
Yeah,
I read. Sorry, I'm organizing my thoughts.
that's okay.
I read that General Hospital Snark had a comment about it, and they really liked it. They thought it really was
I
sort of
didn't.
elevated, and that they liked how they didn't know what Alexis where she was going with it, and
Hmm.
I kind of wasn't liking it, but I don't know
I
why.
wasn't either. Well, I thought the first part of her speech, I didn't really think the first half and the second half were connected. Like when she sort of did the about face
Yeah,
and
like
kind of
the
said, and
I
that's
really
why
want
you
to kill
can't.
him. Yeah,
Yeah, and she was
but
still through
yeah,
out. I still felt like she was acting like she was superior to Jason, even as she was admitting that she had sort of the same impulses. She still
yeah,
acted like, she could control it and she needed to teach him how to. And, it's just like, I don't know. She did seem like a
yeah.
hypocrite when she said that. I thought, yeah, you are, you know?
Yeah, I just found it like I don't know if I thought she was being condescending so much as just like it felt like something that was supposed to be a high drama moment
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
slightly missed its mark, like it
I
didn't.
think that's
Yeah.
true too. Yeah. Mhm.
Like I'm going to talk about the Saturday Night Live special again for a minute. Um
Okay. Uh-huh.
so Miley Cyrus and
Mhm.
oh, what is her name?
We like Miley.
I love Miley, and I like this other woman too, and I can't think of her name right now. Roberta Thornetta? It's something a little like old fashioned like that.
She's a singer
Uh
or
yeah, yeah. Um,
okay, let me
is she from
see.
like the Alabama Shakes or something like that?
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay,
Um,
could be. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Bernadette or I don't know. Anyway, they did that Prince song. Is it Nothing Compares to You? No one
Yep.
compares to you?
Mhm. Nothing compares to yeah.
Nothing
Mhm.
compares to you. Yeah, and I wanted to like it so badly.
Uh-huh.
Because I love Miley, and nobody was out of
Yeah.
tune, but it just didn't, like, quite
Uh-huh.
get there for me. I don't know what they did.
Yeah,
I think it was
Brittany
kinda like
Howard. Uh-huh.
Britney. That's not all
Yeah.
that old-fashioned, that's really kinda
That's okay.
yeah,
That's
anyway,
okay.
um,
Uh-huh.
and I love her singing too and
Yeah.
guitar playing, but it just kinda, like you might be
Uh-huh.
able to see it somewhere. It just
Yeah,
kinda
you
missed
can.
its mark,
Mhm.
um, for
Okay.
me. And
Mhm.
that's why I felt like Alexis and Jason's little conversation. Like I knew I was supposed to be feeling big feelings, like a big, oh,
Yeah.
aha, like here's what she was doing. And it just didn't quite, the
Yeah,
magic
because
wasn't quite there for me.
she
But
was acting like a lawyer making her case to me
yeah,
in a sense and not like a mom. I mean, in some ways she sort of conveyed her grief, I guess, obviously.
yeah, yeah,
But it seemed like they should have been able to connect just as human beings. And maybe Jason needed to have said more, but that's asking a lot of
that's
Jason.
asking a lot. Yeah. Um, well, and she's always kind of had a stick up her butt about Jason.
Yeah, always,
Um,
always.
yeah.
I would have
Which,
preferred it maybe if she had, like, sort of softened
soften like butter.
that stick,
You want these
of butter
Davis
in her
women to
butt.
just soften up a little bit. They've all got It's
Well, now
interesting how we've had the Davis women sort of front and center for a while,
yeah,
you
we
know?
have, haven't we? Haven't we? Yeah. But now that Alexis kind of understands that feeling, and I mean, that's not necessarily why Jason would kill people. Sometimes he'd kill them just because, nobody would miss him.
Right, yeah, just if they needed taking care of. It was more of a business kinda
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
Yeah.
So, I don't we don't know how many people he's actually killed.
No, they don't like to spell that out with
No, I
who
mean, a lot
who
of times he
or
was
Sonny.
protecting Sonny or somebody, right? It wasn't just for sport.
Right, right, not just sport, yeah. "Okay, run."
Not that way.
Let's make it sporting.
Zigzag, serpentine. Didn't you ever see the in-laws?
Uh-oh, starting to get silly. Um, but I
Mm,
don't know. But I applaud their effort at trying to do something big and dramatic, you know?
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Um,
What
anyway,
else did we
let's
have Friday? What we had
uh, well, we had this whole Sidwell
oh,
thing. Like everybody that guy approaches, he acts like he wants to sleep with them.
yeah, or just apply sunscreen or something, you know,
Yeah.
like in a weird, creepy way or
Yeah. Now,
like,
when he was
yeah.
talking about the tick with Lucas, were you thinking they should check his pubic hair also?
No.
No?
But every time I see Lucas and Isaiah together, I think they are a hot couple.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a fun couple? But I
Could
guess
we
that's
have that reveal like suddenly Isaiah reveals that he'll go either
huh.
way and
Well, I guess that's possible. Yeah.
well, because I mean, we find shit out, people's backstories. Suddenly, Natalia was
Mhm.
married to Sidwell, and we didn't
Oh,
know that.
yeah. Yeah.
So Isaiah
Uh-huh.
could easily be bisexual, and they could be the hottest
Mhm.
new power couple in Port
They
Charles.
really could be, yeah.
Take that
Wow.
hospital by storm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
oh
All
my
right.
God, Brad's head would pop off. You're
Oh,
like, I
poor
can't
Brad.
compete with Isaiah.
No, he can't. Yeah, that would be very sad for
Brad
Brad.
has a little like Barney Fife in him, you know?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yeah, definitely the deputy, never the sheriff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's one of my absolute favorite characters, and he's hardly ever
Mhm.
on, which is
Yeah.
too bad.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
what he does so well, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah, he's
He,
he's totally invested in that character, that
yeah,
actor.
and he needs a new gal pal because he and Britt together
Yeah.
were so great. He needs another.
Yeah. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Who could that be?
Well, Maxie comes to
I
mind.
that
But
exactly, that was exactly the only person I could think of was
yeah,
Maxie.
that could do that sort of
Mhm. Yeah.
joking. But Carly could
Mm.
do it too. Carly could
But she
give it
doesn't
that.
like
But
Brad at all,
she
right?
doesn't
Because
like
she thinks
Brad.
he's devastated Lucas, which I guess he
Right,
did, but
right. Yeah.
mhm.
Just the
But
baby
anyway,
thing. I mean, I don't like whatever.
that was so long ago. Huh.
Anyway, yeah, Sidwell tiresome. Natalia, like they are gonna make this Natalia character like stay on the canvas no matter what. Like everybody
Yeah,
must love her or something.
I guess. Maybe she's just playing maybe she, like, brings food or something, there's something we're not
Thanks.
seeing.
I brought fish balls. I've got the hot pot in the staff room. I've got rice noodles and fish balls.
How many times can we look forward to you saying fish balls, do you think? Is it just today, or is this gonna be something that you're
Well,
gonna
it
wanna
kind of
use?
ties into the sack conversation we had last
Yeah, it
week.
does, it does, that's the recurring theme now,
Yeah.
America. You won't
Uh,
find this in the other podcasts.
well, we don't know that.
I'm
They might
hoping that
they might
no, we
get
don't.
juvenile, but
You think
maybe
yeah, maybe. Mm,
maybe not stoop quite this low.
no.
Anyway, I'm with you. I can't imagine anybody enjoying the Sidwell character, and
No. And that you got, like,
I
the
don't
2
know.
camps, either the people that he sort of, like, seduced in some way, like Lucy and maybe Ava, and then the other
Yeah,
people who know that he's, like, a killer
kidnapped.
and,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
but I don't know, they all seem ineffectual. Um,
And I
speaking of
don't know, like if
ineffectual
Lucy
sorry,
and
go
Ava
ahead.
would even. I was just thinking that I don't know if Lucy and Ava would even care if they did know that he'd kidnapped people, and
Yeah, right,
like
right. Yeah.
they just
You'd
they
think
they.
hearing sorry, I keep
Okay,
interrupting you.
no, go ahead. I was doing it.
Well, I was thinking that, when Lulu said, this was the guy that was gonna kill Lucky, that should have been enough, I don't know, like, why would she just say something like that out of the blue? But,
Yeah,
Lucy
yeah,
and everybody in the room actually seemed like, they didn't wanna believe what Lulu was saying.
yeah. I hate to
Although
be negative so much,
yeah,
but I'm gonna about
okay.
I don't know the sort of the like a soap opera creates a little world, and it can be a
Mhm.
ridiculous world, and things can
Yep.
happen that wouldn't
Mhm.
happen in the real world, and we're gonna
Right.
take it. We're gonna swallow it, as
Yes,
long as there's
yes.
sort of continuity within that world, and it makes
Nicely put, Gia, yes. We will
sense for that
suspend our
world.
disbelief.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But there's stupid stuff that's just to like work an angle. And one of the things
Mhm.
I thought was really stupid was having Lulu go talk to Christina at
Yeah.
Charlie's when she
Yeah.
was supposed to be at work.
Yep,
And she needs
exactly.
this job so badly because she's got to make
She said, right?
money.
She's
Yeah,
yeah,
to find
yeah.
her daughter, which is her
Mhm.
overriding, you know,
Mhm. Her yep,
reason for
yep,
waking up.
yep.
And
Mhm.
but yet she strikes out to go talk to and they didn't even like they could have worked it like they could have had her say, "I've just got a few minutes. I'm on my way to work, but
Yeah.
I
I mean, she
wanted to
does know
stop
she has
in."
a job, right?
Right, right. It just sort of it
Mhm.
takes me out of things because
Yep.
I know what they're doing. They're trying to make it like, oh, Lulu is not working out as Brooklyn's assistant. They gotta like heighten the whole
Mhm.
uh, that whole problem in the relationship, and it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Mhm.
it annoyed me. I know it's a tiny thing, but
No, it wasn't a tiny thing because I was dwelling on that myself. I was like,
like
"Why?"
you're gonna be so late to work.
Yeah, and these people are sort of they've already got, a chip on their shoulder when it comes to you, so why would you just be pushing it? Why are you testing the limits? Like, and this is like her first day, it's like
Yeah,
she
yeah.
hasn't been there long. And then I also thought it seemed so improbable that she would have that conversation with Christina. Like, I can't imagine really wanting to hear about my husband wanting, or no, was it like wanting to hear
Oh
about
well,
his
yeah. And Christina, like the whole like special their love story was the most
yeah.
special story. I was like thinking in my head like what was I can't remember. Like I was thinking, oh, I've forgotten something about their loves because to me their love story was like the height of normal. Like that was kind of
Yeah, it was pretty, like, no
yeah.
drama in a way, right? They just sort
Yeah,
of
they almost just
came
sort of
together.
yeah,
Mhm,
and,
yeah,
so I thought the writing there was kinda weak,
yeah.
I don't know. So, not
Story
a
that
horrible
just
thing to
seemed
have them
weird, um,
yeah,
but yeah, so that I agree that all it was like they were trying to fill time or something, and they did everything wrong there.
yeah, and to have, like was this her 3rd turtleneck run now? Yeah.
Yep, yep, mhm. Something's going on with that neck.
Is that how I hadn't even thought about that. I'm just feeling bad for that actor, like, "Oh my god, another itchy, confining turtleneck."
Yeah,
Oh.
they all look like they came out of the same bag at the Goodwill or something, like, fill a bag with sweaters for $2.
They do stuff like that, I love those deals.
I think she does too. Hire me and I'll bring my own
Yeah.
sweaters.
I mean, they kinda suit her because 'cause she's got that '70s look with the straight hair
Yeah,
parted in the middle
yeah,
kinda thing, but,
uh-huh,
mostly I just think, like, how I would feel in a turtleneck, and it would
yeah,
make me batshit
mhm,
crazy at this point, if I'm not
yeah.
already, you know?
Well, and she's the only one, yeah, wearing, like, turtlenecks, it seems like.
It
I
seems like it, yeah.
like sweaters, like, you hardly ever see, like, a sweater, like an old sweater. It's weird. Hmm.
On a soap character, you mean?
Well, just like in the whole cast of the show, everybody
Oh,
else
yeah,
is,
yeah, they're not yeah, yeah, they're
you
more
almost
like
feel like she's in a different time
yeah,
zone and climate or something.
yeah, she looks sort of Vermont, doesn't
Yeah.
she?
Yeah. Or at least
If we
Beecher's
have if
Corners.
we have any Vermont listeners, I'm saying that in the kindest way, like a good like a good healthy Vermont, like she drinks milk kind of a
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
like wholesome, like a wholesome Vermont sort of
Yeah.
Birkenstocky, like I could see her in some Birkenstocks.
Mhm. Yep, yep. I agree. Yeah. So yeah, I think, I agree with you there, Gia. It seemed like that wasn't the only weak spot. There were several, I think, that we're just gonna work our way
Yeah,
through, it seems like.
probably. Oh,
Um,
excuse me.
I thought it was, like, this was another sort of baffling scene between Elizabeth and Anna. I was just
Oh, was that
like
today, you mean, when she brought her the
yeah, that
yeah,
bag.
like,
I don't remember, like, where did we see them
I
going
don't
through
think
the
we saw
trash?
them going through the trash.
And then it was such a weird, like, bag to be carrying
I know, it
shit
was like
in,
a
I don't
satchel, like a pleather
yeah,
satchel. Yeah, it was so bizarre. And then
and
Anna was acting weird, and
yep.
it was like, why haven't the police been doing any of this
Right.
sleuthing around?
I know, I know, and the whole thing about, like, Cyrus being Lulu, like, visiting Lulu or whatever, like, what the things that Elizabeth was telling Anna, and Anna was acting like she'd never heard any of this stuff before,
Yeah, like
it
what?
was like,
Yeah,
"Wh
I know.
who's the cop here?
I
Elizabeth?"
know. I mean, the only thing she said that made any sense was the whole chain of evidence idea, which is like I
Yeah,
get, but
yeah.
still, like, yeah, why didn't she know any of this stuff? I think they've made her office so nice. I really like her office with the couch and the metal thing on the wall and the
Uh-huh.
red chairs, like that.
Yeah.
She just is sitting in there having tea all day and
I
not.
guess so, yeah, she maybe doesn't feel the urgency of anything when she's that
Yeah,
comfortable. Yeah.
yeah, but we've got Cyrus there loaded up with a bunch of needles
Filling
and
all his syringes, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and
and
I
then
love how
Elizabeth
we've
is like, "Why don't you go arrest him or something?" And then, "You
yeah.
know what? I guess I will." You know? It's sorta like
Fair point. I love how we've rebranded it and suddenly we're calling it the Digitalis murders,
Yeah.
right? Like that got
Yeah.
said like 3 or 4 times, the
Yeah.
Digitalis murders, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a t-shirt, "Ask me about the Digitalis murders." Or was it killings? Were they calling them killings? The Digitalis killings.
I thought your shirt would say, "Ask me about the fish balls." That's where when we start to have T-shirt ideas, you know the rest of them is not gonna be worth listening to.
I know, we have some brilliant t-shirt ideas, yeah. I did see a
Uh,
good t-shirt online the other day. I I might have to order it. It's like got a hissing possum on it, and it says first of all, I'm a delight.
that would be good for you.
I was thinking for you. What? I mean, that's the irony. That's sort of the gift of the magi thing we've got going. Is that I bet possums would eat fish balls.
I bet they would.
I don't know. They love cat food.
Mm. Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
who doesn't? But
Sure. Oh god. Oh, where were we? Okay, Elizabeth, Anna seemingly more and more incompetent.
yeah, like it was weird. It was a weird conversation. I agree. I was like, Elizabeth was acting sort of like kittenish or something, or sort of
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit
uh-huh,
like flirty or something, and Anna
yeah.
was just acting like a little bit stoned, or
Yeah,
like
wouldn't that would be a great explanation. She just had a
maybe
joint smoldering in the drawer.
yeah, maybe she just had some cold medicine or something, and she was just working through that haze.
See, we're helping, we're trying to help.
I get hazy on cold medicine. I can't
Sure,
think.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah, or even just, like, a little melatonin at night can fuck you up the next day.
Fuck you up. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man,
I haven't
but,
taken any of that stuff in a long time. I was kinda hooked on it for a while. because
Yeah.
like you were with the gummies, like, "Ooh, gummy," you're like, it's just like
Gummy vitamins, people.
a little bedtime treat, like, "Ooh."
Yeah, yeah, an excuse to have candy
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time.
yeah,
Yep, stop that, stop that.
I need it.
Yeah, uh,
Anyway, so yeah, Friday, did we have any, other stuff? Did we have I feel like, Cyrus is gearing up to go after Joss, and I could be wrong. He might be gearing up to go after a lot of people. I don't know,
well, yeah,
but
he called to see if Elizabeth was at work, so she's on
oh,
his
that's
list, it
right. So
seems
she's
like.
on the
Yeah,
list.
I
He's
was
got a
thinking
bunch of
Josh too.
needles.
Yeah, Josh, is
So
she gonna get to his little hideaway and find that he's gone, or and maybe
I
find
don't
some
know. What's
evidence
the
of
big
where he's going?
nursing book? What's the big
I
nursing book
know,
about?
isn't she environmental law or science now? Environmental
Yeah, and then
science.
right, and then I thought, does that have something to do with it with going after Cyrus? I don't know.
Yeah,
Is
those
she gonna shoot
textbooks are
him up with
expensive.
something?
I don't know. A
Like
bullet,
they're
it
gonna
looks
be just
like.
jabbing at each other. Um,
Hold still. Let me find a vein.
it's gonna be it's gonna be like the sharks and the jets, just
Well, she beat
uh
him, I think, if it's a dance off.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, he's obviously unraveling and headed for
Yeah,
another either death or just a little hiatus from the show because he'll have to be hauled off, right?
I guess. Yeah, it does seem like more and more people want him dead, and or have said things that lead you to believe they could be a suspect if he turns up dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gearing up for that. And I'm still feeling like Drew is headed for that too.
That
Um
Drew, man. Oh God.
wasn't he insufferable today in that meeting?
Just yeah, how even if it's just for a couple of minutes, it's like he sucks the air out of a room and out of the show, you know?
Yeah, and he basically was kind of giving him the old tomato today, putting them in some bad position to having to make this
Yeah.
choice. And
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. I don't really see how they can just take Sonny's property.
well, yeah, the eminent domain thing. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I don't know.
I you could do that when you're, like, trying to, like, build a highway or something, right? I mean, I don't know what the rules are, but it doesn't seem like
Yeah,
for some sort of a development that's
yeah, right,
a
right. Yeah, if
commercial
it's for
development, you know?
infrastructure kind of thing rather
Yeah,
than
yeah, right. But it does feel nice to hear the word esplanade more often.
McConkey, the McConkey
McConkey, yeah, that's
Esplanade. I
nice
mean,
too. That's
yeah,
nice.
yeah. It's a bouncy word, the McConkey, Esplanade.
Yeah, it kind of feels like, I don't know, maybe the writers got called away before they had a chance to, like, polish the script, and everybody's having to sort of wing it, you know?
I wish they would let them wing it. I'd love to see what they would do. Wouldn't it be fun if every Friday was actor wing it day? You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and they
That
could
would be
just
their
pick whatever
casual
thread,
Friday.
yeah, whatever
Yeah.
thread was happening with them in their last scene,
Mhm.
and they get to take it. They get to kick
Mhm.
the can
Yeah,
down
down the
just for
road.
that one day, and then the writers would have to pick it up from there. Whatever.
Yeah, they have to say, "Where okay, where did they leave off?" And
Yeah,
then
wouldn't that
we
be
gotta get pull
awesome?
this together. That would be pretty fun.
Because
That
these people have been inhabiting these characters for so long, especially some
Yeah.
of them have been doing this. Like Elizabeth has been Elizabeth for since
Mhm.
she was a teenager.
Yep, she knows how Elizabeth would behave and what she would say, I would think, and
Yeah,
same with Carly. I like the
yeah,
scene with
yeah.
Carly and Sonny. That was one of the
Oh,
good scenes, I
that
thought.
was great. Yeah, I liked that too.
Right? Because they were
Yeah,
both sort of, like, true to their characters, and, like, and it sort of advanced things a little bit, like, it kinda showed us something between the 2 of them that's kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
special,
Um,
you know?
I kind of wanted them to hug at the end, but that was maybe
Yeah,
pushing it too far.
yeah.
But
But, yeah, that was nice. Another another bad scene. Sorry to be negative too, but, we have high standards. We love the show, we want it to not disappoint us so much. Um, when Willow's car got impounded, and she's sure it was Tracy, which I suppose it could have been, whatever. But that seemed like a whole like weird scene out of left field too. And
Yeah,
then
and
Mac,
why
like
Mac,
it
yeah,
just
like Mac was kind of like it was Mac's day for the month to be
yeah.
on
And
screen.
I
Yeah.
wasn't really sure like why, what's the purpose of all of this except that now Willow has an edge again and is feeling like she's going to dig her heels in maybe and get what's hers, but
Yeah,
that felt like such a long way around. I don't know.
yeah, yeah, and I didn't yeah, the turn they're taking with that character, like her talking about all the joining this, family and all that they've taken from me, the
Yeah.
Quartermains, and, like, it was like, "Wow, like,
Y
really?
yeah,
That's
I'm not
that's your
sure I would see
takeaway
it
from
that
this?"
way.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know? You coulda lived rent free pretty
yeah.
much in the gatehouse
I was thinking more
and
about all you've taken from them,
well,
like
totally, yeah, totally. I mean, she got the good end of that deal, I would say, and she squandered it, so
yeah, yeah, but she's kinda, like, putting herself on her high horse and acting like
yeah.
somehow she has the high moral ground,
Yeah, she really, really
and she
doesn't.
so doesn't, yeah.
No, yeah, it
And
feels like
Drew's showing up at the hospital with flowers for her, like,
flowers? I know,
come
it's like, come on.
on.
I know. I mean, yeah, I don't know how much, like, is supposed to be these characters being completely idiotic or if they think that we're not gonna be bothered by any of this.
Yeah, I don't know, like, what's between his ears? It's just,
Yeah. Yeah. I think
mm,
it's fish balls.
might be
Sorry.
fish balls with,
Yeah.
a little bit of hoisin sauce.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
exactly. But
hoisin.
yeah, that guy has time to just be, like, roaming around town being smarmy and idiotic. It's just like,
Smug and yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He's
just,
digging it though. You could tell, like,
yeah,
after seeing that actor say that he was kind of enjoying it, it's like, oh, I can
yeah,
see him enjoying it. Just the way he kind of sets his jaw and yeah,
yeah.
he's just
It
like he's
would be
loving this
I'm
being
sure it
evil
would be
Drew.
fun, yeah.
Yeah, being like, oh, everybody hates me. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, mhm,
yeah.
yeah. Ugh.
Um, did you did you like that jacket that Curtis was wearing today? Was that the jacket that bothered you on him before?
Ah,
You had a real,
sheesh.
like, bee in your bonnet about some jacket. I was wondering if that was it, because I didn't really notice it, but this jacket I thought was a little weird fitting or
It
something.
was a little weird fitting. I don't think it was the jacket that bothered me, but I can't
Oh, okay.
remember. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I don't know why they have a hard time getting jackets that fit the men.
Well, some of them go to the gym too much, and maybe some of them don't go
Yeah,
to the gym
yeah, and
enough.
jackets don't really look good on guys who are really built, I don't think.
Well, yeah, they always look like they're about to pop them, like a little
Yeah, they're
like
kinda, like,
yeah.
pulling them in weird directions, with
Yeah.
their pecs
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, they add some structure to guys that aren't as yeah, yeah.
Exactly, and that's the kinda guy they work on, is a guy that doesn't have a lot of
I feel like
muscle.
that's why they work on me pretty well, actually.
Yeah, yeah, you look good in a men's blazer.
They give me an air of authority. I love a men's blazer.
I love men's pants, of course, and,
I need to go back to a thrift shop and get a bag of blazers for $2.
set the world on fire.
Yeah. Um, but, where were we? Oh, we were raking Drew over the coals some more. Yeah, poor Drew.
Yep, yep, same old with Drew.
Yeah. What about, we had kind of a cute scene with, Trina and Joss where
Yeah, yeah,
Trina comes home with the makings of what I thought was like, I would make that meal. That sounds great.
mhm, it made me hungry, yeah.
Made me hungry. I loved their little kitchen area and their blue
Mhm.
microwave and their
Yeah,
yeah,
I like all that. Yeah,
cute.
that's nice.
I
Yep,
wanna
they have
be
a
a
nice
young
little place there
yeah, I wanna move in. I wanna be a young
mhm,
woman again and have that little
with
place.
possibilities and yeah,
Exactly, like a rewind.
and
Yeah,
they're
like,
both in such good shape.
please be kind and rewind. Um Yeah, and then we have the Kai and the like text thing. I thought
Mhm.
Trina and Joss were cute together. I
Yeah.
believe them as girlfriends, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I like their little sort of way of kidding around with each other and stuff,
Yeah, yeah, they're
caring
support.
about each other.
They wouldn't give each other T-shirts that had hissing coffins on it.
Not now, but fast forward
Maybe,
to, like,
yeah. Give them 20,
40
30 years.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2030, sure, Gia.
I can't do math, so you got me there. And then the Kai thing. I don't know. I'm trying to. He's a likable guy, but he's just sort of.
Yeah.
It's all a bit dull. The whole Spencer was such a intriguing, complicated, likable and unlikable character.
Yeah, he was kinda brash and a
Yeah,
little bit obnoxious. He sort of like
self-involved and
yeah, yeah.
a brat, and
Mhm.
this Kai guy seems like a piece of toast or something so far.
He's a bit humble, yeah, for somebody who's QB1.
QB1. Do people talk like that? The QB1
I
thing?
I think we should start trying.
But I mean, is that lifted from today's headlines? Like, do people
I
talk
don't
in
know.
school? Did you talk about the QB1 or
I don't think so, not that I recall, but when I was in college, we had a very bad football team, um, and then they started throwing a lot of money at it, but, I was
were
thinking
you
that
going to the football games when you were in
no,
college?
I don't know if I ever did. I don't think I ever
Uh,
did go to a football game.
I got dragged
Um,
to a couple like on Parents' Weekend or whatever. Like,
huh.
oh, yeah.
I can picture you making that sound. That is such a such a
I was
spoiled
I
brat
was such a
sound.
great daughter. I can't even tell you.
Oh god. But I would think he wouldn't wanna be called QB1 now that his career seems to be, have been taken from him, you know?
Yeah, that would be a little bit of a sore spot, I would think.
I
But
would think so, and people like Emma was doing it, like, in his face, it's like, "My
yeah,
god,
yeah.
she's awful."
She is an awful young lady.
Awful,
Um,
awful.
well, anyway, I hope they heat things up with those two and make it interesting somehow.
Yeah, we need
Um,
some sort of a wrinkle or some sort of,
a
difference.
wrinkle or maybe just sex or I don't
Maybe
know,
some
something.
sex, sure,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
suppose.
Trina seems quite giddy around him, so there's obviously an
Yes.
attraction, you know.
Definitely an
Um,
attraction, yes, she seems very, very sort of head in the clouds right now.
yeah, yeah, it's
Mhm.
kinda cute. Did you
Mhm.
like her cute little her I thought her outfit was cute, the like,
Yeah,
not
I
when she
just thought,
got all
"Man, she's in fantastic shape."
she really is, yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Yeah, she looked beautiful, and yeah,
yeah.
she and Joss are like the picture of youth and health
I
and
know. Do you think they spend every day at the gym, like, lifting and I mean,
I
they
think
look
they're
like
like
they don't just look skinny, they look like
no, they
in
look
shape.
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they look great. Good for them. Good for
Good
those
on you
kids.
guys. Keep it up.
Yeah, yeah.
And don't
Mm.
forget to brush and floss.
Yeah, Gia's, a
And
bit haunted by her trip to the dentist.
yeah, we gotta go in for the periodontal deep cleaning, and so I texted my brother to ask if he'd ever had it done, and he said, "Yep, think Marathon Man." So I'm pretty psyched about that.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone's seen Marathon Man, but the first thing you think about, I think if you have seen it, is the mouth, the teeth
Oh,
scene.
yeah. You think
Mhm.
people haven't seen Marathon Man? I'm assuming people are old like us that listen mostly, but I could be
Well,
wrong.
maybe mostly, but my friend Bailey is half our age, so I
Is
don't
she
think
listening?
she's
Are you listening, Bailey?
I bet she is. Maybe not today,
Hi,
maybe not
Bailey.
tonight
Um,
when we release this, but maybe tomorrow. Yeah.
well, anyway, Marathon Man, Dustin Hoffman has, there's a scene where they torture him um, with dental tools.
Implements, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very haunting, very bad. There's
Yes.
so many movies from that era that, like our era, that I'm sure there are in any era, but like that just frickin' stick with you, like The Deer Hunter.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can watch them once and that's it,
yeah, and
right?
you're like, Jesus, I just have, like your whole psyche is shifted. You're like,
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
what,
That's
yeah,
kinda how I felt with Silence
deliverance.
of the Lambs, like,
Oh,
"What the hell? What the fucking hell?"
yeah, that was a little bit later though. I mean, we were essentially
It was,
yeah,
yeah.
fully grown. But these other movies I saw as kind of a teen or preteen, when I was,
Right, a little bit tender.
yeah, a little tender and not so
Mhm.
aware of what went on in the world. And it was like, oh
Yeah.
my God,
Yeah, yeah.
coming home. Although coming home was really
Uh-huh.
just sad. I mean, that was just
Yeah. Yeah, that's
sad
true,
movie.
all
But
that Vietnam era stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So Joss and Trina, yeah. So that was a cute
Mhm,
scene, not any big whoop.
mhm.
But yeah, the nursing book. I don't know what, like they showed it. They want us to see it.
Yeah, yeah,
And at first I was like you. I was like, oh, are we switching from environmental science back to the medical field?
but there'd been no
But
talk of that.
then
I mean,
yeah,
yes,
and then
she
she was
could.
headed out to do some sleuthing,
Yeah, she was gonna go to Cyrus's little cabin in the woods.
which looks so cute. I like
It
it.
looks, yeah, very lovely, yeah.
I'd stay there with him. Just keep one eye open.
Stay there with him.
Have coffee,
Like,
read
if it
Bible
was an
verses.
Airbnb and like, he's like, "I'm gonna stay if that's alright," and you're like, "Fine,
Yeah,
it's cute."
so cute. I didn't know where he was at first. I thought he was at the
Yeah, it it
pond seat, set.
it didn't look, rustic enough really for it to be, his sort of remote getaway, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it looked
guess.
more cute, like country cute than
Like somebody had been maintaining it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
maybe
Well,
who
maybe he's
knows?
probably a pretty tidy guy. He looks like well
I
groomed,
guess. Yeah, I guess so. I guess
He's not
so.
unkempt, you have to give him that.
All right.
Let's make a list. Cyrus's positive
Pros and
qualities.
cons.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like him a
dear.
lot better than Sidwell. I mean, if you give me a
Yeah,
choice of bad guys, I'm gonna take Cyrus all day long.
wow, I don't like
That
having to
sounds
choose.
bad. Sounds
You'd
bad,
take
but
Cyrus all day long. Oh,
Sidwell
man.
is a creep. I don't like
Oh,
Sidwell
he's
at all.
so yeah, he's so ugh. He's honestly like he's the same. His approach to everybody is exactly the same, you know?
He's just the schmarmiest of schmarmy
Oh,
people that yeah.
yeah,
Like with
gross.
Cyrus, at least there's a twisted logic to what he's doing and how
Yeah,
he behaves, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Like I
uh-huh.
think he's sort of on a mission of his
Right,
own
right.
creation,
Yep,
and
yep.
it's mental as all get out, of course.
Mhm. Yeah.
But Sidwell's just a bad guy for personal gain, I think.
Right, yeah, Cyrus has some emotional needs. He's broken, I think it's clear
He's
to say.
broken for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Sidwell is broken too, but he doesn't, it's a
He's
different
just
kind.
mercenary as far as we
Greedy,
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, right.
Although we'll probably get
Ruthless.
a big backstory now with the whole Natalia thing. That's gonna
Ugh,
be like
and are we gonna be interested in that at all?
it's going to be tiresome, I predict.
Believe you me, it will be tiresome. Yeah. Um, let's see, anything else, Gia? I had a TV, I guess it's a recommendation. Um,
Oh, okay. I can't think of any other big anything, and we're kind of droning on. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
what's your TV recommendation?
okay, well, you'll have to get a trial of Max, which you can do, I
No,
noticed. You can get a
no,
free week.
I can't. You've already got me getting two services. So
Alright.
many hours in a day here, you know. Yeah.
I know, but well, this is the show The Pit, the one with Noah Wyle, the new medical drama.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I would love to see him doing that again, just
Yeah,
for old
yeah,
time's sake. But
right, right. Yeah, it makes you wonder if he felt like, he got to know all that vocabulary so well
Yeah.
over those
He just
years.
wanted to
Why
drive his knuckle into somebody's collarbone again so badly.
Yeah, that reflex, that pain
Yeah.
reflex, yeah. So, yeah, but it's good, and I've heard, like, in the reviews that they're saying that it's, like, very realistic, that people in the medical field think it's very realistic, and my question to you, if you ever get to see it, or anybody out there who's watching it, like, is being realistic as important as being, like, effective drama, you know?
I'm gonna say no. I don't even have to see
Right.
it.
Right,
Okay.
right, and I think it is effective, and I think it's gonna get more so as you learn the characters because they do build on the characters a little bit each time, and I've only seen 2 episodes, but they do seem to pay a lot of attention to, like, realism when it comes to, like,
Yeah.
surgery
The
and
medical,
procedures and
yeah.
stuff, and
Well,
it's
that's cool.
unlike General Hospital, there's usually more than 2 doctors or nurses in a surgery with a patient,
Yeah,
so
and there's actually people wandering the halls and in the waiting rooms and
yeah, but
stuff.
I'm thinking maybe
Yeah.
they could save some money if they got rid of all this extra personnel, you
Yeah,
know?
they don't you don't need all those people.
You
Yeah.
need 2 people,
Yep.
maybe somebody to close the blinds, but
And
that's about it.
one angel
What
of death.
angel of death, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty good, and it is nice to see Noah Wiley again, I think. He's always kinda good. He's good at conveying a lot of different sort of emotions, you know? He seems like a
He's
real
always
guy.
he's a likable guy, seems
Yeah,
like.
yeah, uh-huh, so
Okay, cool. All right.
yeah. Anywho,
Anyhow,
so
well, I think we covered a lot of ground. We got to hear about my dinner and
yeah, yeah.
lots of scenes
Yeah,
and
we had a lot of, criticisms, but it's because we love our hospital, you know?
right. It's from a place of love. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and, you know, as you've said in the past, we will probably continue to watch.
Oh yeah. I mean, what else are we doing? You know,
Yeah, I think it's clear we're not doing much.
we're not out saving the world or anything. So,
No, 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 we're
although
not.
some of us recycle, so we could argue.
I don't know if
Uh,
that's enough.
no, probably not.
Mm,
All right. Well,
anywho.
I hope everybody has a lovely evening, and we'll talk again in a few days.
Yeah, okay, Gia, you have a good night.
All right. See ya. You too.
Okay, bye.